So this week we're going to look at the psychodynamic theories and how they affect personality. And we're going to look at a few different theorists in particular. One of them, Sigmund Freud here, who focused on the idea of the conscious and the unconscious being in conflict, how early childhood impacts those things, and really a lot of his personality development focuses on the id, the ego, and the superego. So we'll look at those in more depth with some more details here on the id being motivated by the pleasure principle, the ego by the reality principle, and the superego by the morality principle. Now, Freud is kind of the father of psychodynamic theory. Now, coming from him, we move into people such as Alfred Adler and Carl Jung, and we'll look at them as well. Adler's theories of how we all strive for success or superiority and how that impacts our personality, how personality is impacted by our subjective perception, subjective being something the way we think, how our perceptions impact things, how we are striving for a unified and self-consistent aspect of personality, how social interests impact things, and how these create a style of life, and how it's molded by our creative power. Jung will look at a few other ideas. Jung was really big into the idea of a collective unconscious, which is a difference from Freud, who focused on the individual unconscious. We'll look at his archetypes, which is, again, from a collective perspective, what do humans have? How do they think? How do they feel? What are some big ideas or schemas or archetypes that impact every aspect of personality? Then he also broke things down into attitudes and functions. So are we more introverted or extroverted? Do we think? Do we feel? Do we sense? How do these things impact us? Which then later led into the MBTI, which you will be completing for one of your assignments this week. So if you have any questions on this, please don't hesitate to ask.